Are you terrified your plants might hate you? Maybe you've just brought home a new leafy friend, full of hope and excitement, only to watch it slowly wilt and droop, as if it's silently judging your every move. You're not alone. So many of us have been there, staring at a once vibrant plant, wondering where we went wrong. Maybe you've even whispered apologies to your pothos or begged your fiddle leaf fig to hang in there just a little longer. If you've ever felt like a plant parent failure, take a deep breath. This chapter is for you. We're about to dive into some of the easiest, fastest, and most effective plant care hacks that can turn your plant woes into plant wins, all in just 10 minutes or less. Whether you're a total beginner or a seasoned plant lover, these tips will help you rescue your green companions and boost your confidence as a plant parent. Worried every leafy friend turns brown in your care? It's a common fear, and honestly, it's not your fault. Plants can be surprisingly sensitive, and sometimes, even the most attentive owners find themselves facing crispy leaves, droopy stems, or mysterious spots. But don't panic. The good news is that most plant problems have quick fixes. The key is to spot the signs early and act fast. Brown leaves can mean a lot of things. Maybe your plant is thirsty, maybe it's getting too much sun, or maybe it's just adjusting to a new environment. The trick is to become a plant detective. Look for clues, make small changes, and watch how your plant responds. Remember, every plant is different, and learning what each one needs is part of the fun. So, let's roll up our sleeves and get ready to revive those browning beauties. Hang tight, because these easy tricks will change your plant game. Imagine walking into your home and being greeted by a lush green oasis, plants with perky leaves, vibrant colors, and new growth popping up everywhere. It's not just a dream. It's totally possible with a few simple tweaks to your routine. You don't need fancy equipment or a green thumb. All you need is a little know-how and a willingness to experiment. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how to diagnose common plant problems, fix them fast, and even prevent them from happening in the first place. From watering hacks to light tricks, from DIY fertilizers to creative ways to boost humidity, we've got you covered. So grab your watering can, put on your detective hat, and let's get started. First up, do not drown your plants. Overwatering is the #1 killer of houseplants, and it's an easy mistake to make. We all want to show our plants love, but sometimes too much love can be a bad thing. When you water too often, the soil stays soggy and the roots can't breathe. This leads to root rot, a nasty condition that can quickly turn a healthy plant into a mushy mess. The best way to avoid this is to water only when your plant actually needs it. Different plants have different needs. Succulents and cacti like to dry out completely between waterings, while ferns and tropical plants prefer consistently moist soil. The trick is to get to know your plant's preferences and adjust your watering schedule accordingly. If you're not sure, it's always better to underwater than overwater. Most plants can bounce back from a little dryness, but few can survive soggy roots. Too much water is like giving them a bath every day. Imagine if you had to sit in a bathtub all day, every day. Eventually, you'd get pretty uncomfortable, right? Plants feel the same way. Their roots need oxygen as much as they need water, and constantly wet soil suffocates them. If you notice yellowing leaves, a musty smell, or fungus gnats buzzing around, it's a sign you might be overdoing it. The solution? Let your plant dry out a bit before the next watering. If you've already overwatered, try removing the plant from its pot, trimming away any mushy roots, and repotting it in fresh, dry soil. It's like giving your plant a fresh start. Let the soil dry a bit before you water. Here's a simple trick. Stick your finger about an inch into the soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. If it's still damp, wait a few more days. You can also use a wooden skewer or chopstick. Insert it into the soil, and if it comes out clean, your plant is thirsty. If it's still moist, hold off. This method works for most houseplants, but remember, some plants have special needs. For example, orchids like to dry out almost completely, while peace lilies prefer a bit more moisture. The more you practice, the better you'll get at reading your plant's signals. And if you're really serious, you can invest in a moisture meter for extra accuracy. Next, give them light, but not a sunburn. Light is just as important as water, but it can be tricky to get right. Too little light, and your plant will become leggy and pale, stretching toward the nearest window in search of sun. Too much light, and you'll see scorched leaves, faded colors, and crispy edges. The sweet spot? Bright, indirect sunlight. Most houseplants come from tropical forests, where they grow under the canopy of taller trees. They love light, but they don't want to be blasted by the midday sun. Place your plants near a window with filtered light, or use sheer curtains to soften the rays. If you notice your plant leaning toward the light, rotate it every week to keep it growing evenly. And if you don't have a lot of natural light, don't worry. Grow lights are a great option for keeping your plants happy year-round. Most houseplants love bright, indirect sunlight. Think window, not oven. If you're not sure how much light your space gets, try this. On a sunny day, hold your hand about a foot above the spot where you want to place your plant. If you see a sharp, well-defined shadow, that's direct light. Great for succulents and cacti, but too intense for most leafy houseplants. If the shadow is soft and blurry, that's indirect light, perfect for ferns, pothos, and monsteras. No shadow at all? That's low light, and you'll want to choose plants that can tolerate shade, like snake plants or ZZ plants. Remember, light changes throughout the year, so you may need to move your plants as the seasons shift. Keep an eye on their leaves. If they start to look pale or stretched, they might need more light. If they're getting crispy or faded, try moving them a bit further from the window. And if you forget to water, don't beat yourself up. Life gets busy, and even the most dedicated plant parents miss a watering now and then. The good news is, most houseplants are tougher than they look. If you come home to a wilted, droopy plant, don't panic. There's a quick fix that can help revive your thirsty friend and get it back on track. Pop ice cubes on the soil. This is a great hack for busy people or anyone who tends to overwater. Just place a few ice cubes on top of the soil and let them melt slowly. The gradual release of water gives the roots time to absorb moisture without getting overwhelmed. It's especially handy for small pots or plants that are sensitive to sudden changes in moisture. Plus, it's a fun way to involve kids in plant care. Let them count out the ice cubes and watch them disappear. They melt slowly and water your plant just right. This method is also perfect for orchids and African violets, which don't like to be soaked all at once. Just be sure not to use too many ice cubes. 1 or 2 per small pot is plenty. And always check the soil afterward to make sure it's evenly moist. If your plant is still droopy after a day or two, give it a gentle soak in the sink, letting water run through the drainage holes. Sometimes a good drink is all it takes to bring a wilted plant back to life. Now the fun part, curiosity time. One of the best things about caring for plants is getting to know them up close. Take a few minutes each week to really look at your plants. Check the leaves for spots, holes, or discoloration. Look under the leaves for pests like spider mites or aphids. Gently squeeze the stems to make sure they're firm and healthy. The more you observe, the easier it becomes to spot problems early and fix them before they get out of hand. Plus, it's a great way to relax and connect with nature, even if you live in the middle of a city. Did you know talking to your plants can help them grow? It might sound a little silly, but there's real science behind it. When you talk, sing, or even hum to your plants, you're creating tiny vibrations in the air. Some studies suggest that these vibrations can stimulate growth and help plants become more resilient. Plus, talking to your plants is a great way to check in on them regularly. You'll notice changes faster, and you'll start to develop a real relationship with your green friends. So go ahead, tell your monstera how beautiful it looks, or thank your snake plant for purifying the air. You might be surprised at how much your plants respond to a little positive attention, or that placing banana peels in the soil can give them a boost. Banana peels are packed with potassium, an essential nutrient that helps plants grow strong roots and vibrant leaves. Instead of tossing your peels in the trash, cut them into small pieces and bury them in the soil around your plants. As they break down, they release nutrients that feed your plants naturally. You can also soak banana peels in water for a few days to make a homemade fertilizer tea. Just pour it on your plants once a month for an extra boost. This is a great way to recycle kitchen scraps and give your plants a little love at the same time. Try misting leaves for a quick spa day. Many houseplants, especially tropical varieties, love a little extra humidity. If your home is dry, especially in winter when the heat is on, your plants might start to look crispy or develop brown tips. A quick mist with a spray bottle can help keep their leaves hydrated and dust-free. Just be careful not to overdo it. Too much moisture can lead to mold or mildew. Aim for a light misting once or twice a week, and always do it in the morning so the leaves have time to dry before nightfall. For an extra treat, group your plants together to create a mini jungle. The combined humidity will help them all thrive. Follow for more plant hacks, and remember, happy plants, happy life. Taking care of houseplants doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. With these 10-minute fixes, you can keep your green friends healthy, happy, and looking their best. The more you learn, the more confident you'll become, and soon, you'll be the go-to plant expert among your friends and family. So don't be afraid to experiment, try new things, and most importantly, enjoy the process. Plants bring beauty, calm, and fresh air into our lives, and with a little care, they'll reward you with growth and joy for years to come. Thanks for joining us on this plant care journey. Now go give your plants some love.